And can I just start by saying this list is subject to change, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year. Okay, so I've been tagged by that dastardly Seahound, whatever that means, Retroredsteve, to do my top 10 games. And that's not your top 10 PlayStation games, your top 10 Switch games, your top 10 Mega Drive games. No, that is my top 10 games of all time. Yeah, so cheers for that, Steve. 2 thumbs up. Because I thought I might have done something similar to this in the past, and I've had a look at my videos, but no, I've done my top 5 PlayStation, things like that. And trying to think of your top 10 list, the problem is I've played so many games, and there are so many awesome games out there. It's quite difficult to put a list together. So this list has changed several times since Steve tagged me just before Christmas, I believe. But I've finally got one. And can I just start by saying this list is subject to change, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year. Even after recording this video, I'm pretty sure my list will change. So I've based this list on nostalgia I have for the game, how many times will I go back and actually replay it, and how it made me feel the first time. Okay, so I've got my list down there in front of me. Let's do this. Okay, so game number 10, and this can't be in any particular order, maybe apart from the top 5. It's Tomb Raider 2. And so when I first discovered this, I didn't own the game. My mate had it, and he just showed me it on his PC one day. It blew me away with the graphics. It was a game that I hadn't the kind of game I've never played before. It was just great playing as Lara Croft with your dual pistols, running around shooting tigers and all that stuff, and a T-Rex on the first level as well, wasn't it? The Great Wall of China. Proper awesome game. You had vehicles you could drive. Venice. The second level was immense. The mansion, I love that. Locking the old waiter there in the freezer. Come on, tell the truth. We've all done that, right? If you haven't, go back and do it. Yeah. So I bought it. I think I bought it on PC myself after that, but I think I've also got it on PlayStation. I can't remember. I really can't remember. For some reason, that game is always like a blur. I definitely know I own it, but it might be for PC. It probably was because I've got Tomb Raider 3 on the PC as well. Yeah. So out of all the Tomb Raider games, that is definitely my favourite. Wouldn't mind a HD remaster, something like that. Play it again. And then again, it's never the same as it. It's not got that retro feel. So because it was like the first type of that game I had played, moving on from like the NES and Mega Drive days, I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. And Lara Croft was a pretty awesome character. Okay, so that is number 10. Number 9 then is one I talked about very recently, and it is Super Mario Bros. 3. So I said it again. Brothers. I always get told off on a retro tip when I say bros, because he said no, it's short for brothers, it's brothers. Super Mario Bros. 3. So I was one of one of my few friends growing up who actually owned a NES. And I've told a story about this in my last video actually. How my dad had bought me this. They got me a surprise because I asked to go to Cardiff and my dad do some shopping when I was a little nipper, and my parents said to me, "Oh, you won't want to go after you see what your dad's bought for you." And this copy was on the side, and actually I said, "Oh, that's cool," but I stopped in Cardiff. But yeah, absolutely love this game. From the world map, the music, the gameplay, such a big step up from playing Super Mario Brothers that came with the original NES. Loved it. And if you played Shovel Knight, you will see aspects of this game in there. I've got the poster there. There you go, right there. It's really sun faded now, so I'm gonna have to buy these again, these posters, and frame them. People told me to do that at the start, I didn't. It's my fault. So yeah, Super Mario Brothers 3. Loved it. Still do. And like I said, that's a game I can put on easily and play through it. So many different worlds. You know, such a variety. Really, really good. Okay, so I should have said at the start of this list, I do have some of the games to hand, some I don't. Okay, which is obviously evident. So number 8 is Portal 2 for the PlayStation 3. Absolutely love this game. I just love the logic of it. The puzzles, having a portal to fire 2 separate guns, so I could fire a portal at that window mirror thing there, cupboard, and then fire another one there. You'd walk through there and you'd come out there. It's perfect. You know, but it had so many different things in that game, and the puzzles were awesome. But the main thing for me was the enemy AI, GLaDOS. She was so sarcastic. One of the best villains for me in any video game. Portal, the original Portal is great. Both games featured 2 great songs, which I have on my playlist, yes. And remember, guys, the cake is a lie. And I've read somewhere that apparently if you complete Portal 2 without using a walkthrough, it classes as a genius. Well, I completed Portal 2 without a walkthrough, so you're welcome. Yeah, but I love that game so much. I really wanted a Portal 3. Honestly, the puzzles in it, the different things you can do as well. The companion cube, I have to mention the companion cube. If you haven't played Portal or Portal 2, please go and try it. Especially if you like logic puzzles, at least. It's definitely worth it. But anybody watching out there, we do need a Portal 3. PlayStation 5, Portal 3. Please. Sooner rather than later. Okay. Number 6 is one of my all-time favourite games. And one of my most nostalgic games. One of the first games I ever played. Bubble Bobble on the Commodore 64. You all know Bubble Bobble. Awesome theme music. It's quite simple. You just different stages, blowing bubbles at enemies, and then popping them to defeat them and move on to the next stage. Different power-ups you could find, like things that would fill the screen with water, lightning, fire, just wipe all the enemies out of there. Jumping on the bubbles to reach higher up areas, grabbing that umbrella so you could skip several stages ahead. Awesome stuff, and of course, one of the first games I ever played with my friends way back then. Some of the best years of my life, all honesty. I love my childhood. And especially back then, these days, I don't find myself playing games with people so much. But when you're growing up and you're all kids, you play loads of games together. Some of the best times, honestly. So Bubble Bobble. And like at times, Bubble Bobble can be right up there, like my number 1, number 2. I tell you, just change it. I had a quick look at this and I go, okay, we'll call it that. Okay, so 10, 9, 8, 7. Number 6. Donkey Kong Country for the SNES. Once again, a video game I discovered over my same mate's house. Same one as Tomb Raider 2. And I think there's another one coming up as well that I discovered over his house. Got good taste in games, Chris. Good taste. So, Donkey Kong Country was, for me, beyond its years. The graphics, the gameplay. People say if you take the graphics away and then the, and all that, it's just like a normal platformer. To me, it's just awesome. I love it. I never owned a SNES. I do actually have a SNES. I'm not sure how many of you know that. And I have got Donkey Kong Country for it. And this is only something I bought off eBay many years later. I think it's in the attic. I have to get out. I want all my games on display one day. Like I see like other YouTubers with their huge game rooms and stuff. Like a lot of stuff for me with my my statues, things like that I've collected. Anyway, what we're talking about. Donkey Kong Country. Yeah, plays Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, The bosses they had, the levels, the design. I love the music. The music is great. The underwater level, that music is awesome. You all know what I'm talking about. Getting bananas to get extra lives. King K. Rool, the swordfish, the flamingo type thing, the rhino. A game I could easily play again and again. And what I've done a one life challenge on, I used to do a one life challenge series if you were to go to my playlist, and I did that there using one life, see how far I can get. Maybe I'll bring that back. Okay, so top 5 then. Boom! This is where it gets exciting. If that wasn't exciting already enough. Number 5 is one of the best, is the best Mega Drive game out there in my opinion, which is Streets of Rage 2. Yes, what can you say about this game? You all know it. The side-scrolling beat 'em up, still my favorite side-scrolling beat 'em up of all time. Just great. Updated graphics and gameplay from the first one. Awesome one to play with friends, and again, much like Bubble Bobble, I spent a lot of my childhood playing that game with my friends. And interestingly for this one, which is why it's so high on my list, not just like they're my childhood friends. As I've gone through life, like and got older and older, I've played it with like a lot of different people. It's like get-togethers, and Streets of Rage 2 is one everyone seems to love. So that is on the list. Streets of Rage 2. Axel, Blaze, Max or Skate, take your pick, and drop Mr. X. Boom! Burlow. I'm mad. Okay, top 4 then. Oh, by the way, I did have that to show you. No, should we do a thumbnail? Done. Anyway, there you go. On the Mega Drive, I think my dad bought me this after seeing Streets of Rage. I actually remember this conversation. He told me the reason he bought me this when I was a kid was because he saw Streets of Rage on the original 6-game cartridge that came with the Mega Drive, and he saw the sequel and he thought, oh, Matthew liked that. Matthew loved that. Thank you very much, Dad. Okay, so the next game on my list is another one I discovered over my friend's house. Don't have the game, but I do have the poster from my recent pickup. It's other than The Curse of Monkey Island. Yes, the cartoony graphic adventure game where your wit has to be sharper than your sword. Following the adventures, obviously, of Mr. Agaiburush Fruitwood, as he battles the evil ghost part of the Chuck to save Elaine, who has turned into a gold statue. Monkey Island series is amazing. This is the first point-and-click adventure game I ever played. And again, much like Tomb Raider, is like the first kind of that game I've played, which is why it stays in my mind so much. Just the cartoony graphics, the different scenes, the island, the comedy. Oh man, the comedy of Monkey Island is right up there with me. Love it. I love me, and my comedy is kind of randomness. Anything random, I just love it. Yeah, it's a simple game. You can like pick up an item, you can talk to people, you can combine items in the inventory, and it was the 30th anniversary of Monkey Island last year. It's not all the same people who worked on the originals, because Ron Gilbert left Monkey Island after the second one. The Chuck's Revenge should be in this list as well. This is why I'm saying but I didn't want to kind of like fit too much of Final Fantasy games or Monkey Island games. Probably a spoiler in that one. Things like that. But I could, on any given day, this list could change and it could be that. But of course, Monkey Island provided me so much entertainment and is a game I've replayed over and over. I'm currently playing through my number 3rd game of all time. Sorry, again, more Monkey Island. It's the Secret of Monkey Island, the original. Currently playing through this, and I'm going to play for them all again. I bought the Anthology series on my pickup video, you might have seen it, with all 5 games. For me, it's one of the 3 is my favourites. After that, it gets a bit, it's not the same. But I say now, I'm still looking forward to playing them all because it's been so long. Oh yeah, and on the back they got like different islands and stuff. And yeah, Secret of Monkey Island. So after playing The Curse of Monkey Island, this was one I found in Toys R Us in Cardiff. Best shop in the world. So bringing Toys R Us back as well, isn't it? It would never be the same. Never be the same. And they had the bounty pack, Monkey Island 1 and 2 there. I think it was a red PC case. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, I need it. I need it. And then the reason why this game is in my top 5 is simple. It's the original. It's an absolute masterpiece by Ron Gilbert and the team there. I'm currently reading the behind the scenes book of Monkey Island, Secret Monkey Island, all the games. The information is great, I'm telling you. I just loved everything about it. Just the graphics, the music, insult sword fighting, just the places, the characters you talk to, the puzzles, all fitted so well for me. And again, randomness, that comedy in there. It's like absolutely awesome. Okay, so we could talk about Monkey Island all day, but let's get on to my top 2 now. This will change again. But currently, my second game of all time won't be a surprise to a lot of you. Buckyo here on the NES. Now, yeah, like I just said, it's no surprise how much I love the Buckyo here franchise. It's one of mine. It is my favorite cartoon of all time. I've got it on DVD. I've got the old VHS tapes I've collected back. I've got the new action figures released by Boss Fight Studio. I've got my old action figures, toys and vehicles. I've got all the comics, the UK comics. I've got a graphic novel signed by the creative Buckyo here and the artist, which was a gift from a subscriber. If you're watching this, I still absolutely love that and you for doing that for me, so thank you very much. And I love the video game. I mean, this is such a unique franchise for me. A group of mammals fighting a group of amphibians in space. It's just so well done. I love it. I love everything about it. Even if it was short-lived, the cartoon. But then, I've said it before in the past, oh, bring it back. And I'm thinking, nah, you don't need to bring it back. Leave it as it was. But this game, guys, even if you're not a Buckyo Hit fan, is absolutely amazing on the NES. It's one of the most difficult games on the NES. And I'm quite happy to say my kind of claim to fame is I've completed this without a game over, without using a continue, for the Tubers High Score Challenge when it was my pick, which I never thought I would do. 1 hour 40 video, completed it. I was like, oh, that was my gaming highlight of all time, that is, because it's a game I loved playing as a kid, still play it on occasion. It's great. It's just simple, it's kind of like a platformer, yeah. Awesome bosses. The soundtrack to this as well, go look it up on YouTube. It's good, it's there. Just play it. So that's Buckyo here. Number one of all time is no surprise to you. If I haven't mentioned it by now, you know what it is. That is simply Final Fantasy VII. Boos, hiss, and cheers. Okay, so why is this number 1? Simple. Once again, like Tomb Raider, like Monkey Island. This is the first kind of game I played. Like first RPG I played. To memory. Never played anything like it before. And of course, what can you say? It's exactly the same as the other things. Characters, gameplay, the music was immense. Boss fight music if you're there. Get everything on this channel. Just the story, and for me, why I've put this as number 1 is like, yeah, I love all those games in this list. I could play them again and again, but for me, Final Fantasy VII, I felt a real connection with. It's the first game that actually made me really excited to play it whenever I could. Oh, what's going to happen next? Like emotional connection. You know what happens in disc 1? Yes. The first game that made me feel those emotions. That's why. And so much variety in it. Gold Source, you have your mini games, and then the story, the character. What I'm trying to say, building up the characters, this story, it made you care about like everything, and I was like, this is awesome. And when I completed it, and I know people who play this game every single year because they love it so much. Materia, the summons. So because of that connection I have with it, how it made me feel at the time. It started my love for Final Fantasy, going on to 8, 9, 10, then backwards to like 6 and all the others. All great games. I think it has lost its way a bit, the series, so I'll always go back to these ones. And I have started Final Fantasy VII a few times again, but I've never played it all the way through because it's so long. But I think I'll have to. It's a must now. I have to do it. Playing full mechanics again so we can get that done. Anyway, guys, that is my list of my top 10 games of all time. Hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you thought in the comments below. And it's time to tag some people. So I am going to tag Gulpane, Nathan's Gaming, Quinn Collects, Indighost, and Shock16. I'm supposed to only tag 5 people, but I'm going to add Gashead Steve on the end of it so he doesn't feel left out. Okay, cheers again, Steve, for tagging me in that video. And he's tagged me in another video as of last night. So watch out for that. See, I'm trying to have a break from YouTube, and man. Anyway, cool. Thank you. All right. Boom. See you soon.